Welcome to Moments of Motherhood. I'm Bailey.
And I'm Torie. Join us in creating community through shared experiences and candid conversations.
We hope to bring you laughter, comfort, and solidarity in this journey of motherhood.
This is our virtual village. Hey guys, welcome to Moments of Motherhood. I'm Torie.
And I'm Bailey. Thanks for tuning in to our first episode.
Yay.
I know. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time coming.
So long.
We thought this was going to be like a 1-month project, and I think we're in month 6, like getting everything together.
Yeah, totally. But we're here and we did it, and we are putting it out there for the world to hear and see.
Yeah, I think, it's just super vulnerable. We're going to be vulnerable with you guys and real. And we want to take this first episode to kind of touch on who we both are and where we're at in life, and just see if anything resonates with you guys, and hope to start our own virtual village.
Yes, exactly. All of that. So for our first episode, I think we wanted to just give you guys some background about who we are, and then really just delve into where we're at in our motherhood journey, so that you can, feel where we're at and see if anything that we're saying resonates with you, and just learn about who we are, and we're going to share our stories.
Yeah, totally. I'll kind of start off if you want and tell everyone about who I am. So, brief fun fact, Torie and I are like childhood best friends.
Yes.
We met in middle school. Before middle school, we became really close in middle school. And now we were East Coast babies, and we ended up on the West Coast. I am 29 and I have 3 little boys of my own. Their ages 3, 2, and 1. Had them all back to back. So that is an adventure in itself. And then I am married to my husband, and his name's Edward, and he came with an NFL career, which is how I ended up on the West Coast, and my 2 stepchildren, who I'm super close with. I've been helping to raise them since they were 3 and 5. They're now 11 and 13. So It's kind of cool to, have the little aspect, and then I have the big. So it's polar opposite in what I do parenting style, but it's fun and I love it. And I also have my 2 nieces and a nephew that I help raise as well. So they are at our house about probably 50% of the time. So on any given weekend, weeknight, really anytime, the total summer, we have like 8 children in our house, and it's just a big house with lots of love and craziness. But I try to lead with fun and love, and make sure that I help them create the best memories. That doesn't mean to say that it's easy.
No.
But that's just kind of where I am. Yeah. That's just kind of where I am in life. So, I think the biggest thing is that Torie and I are both stay-at-home moms. Yeah. So I do have time for 8, even though it's hectic. Yeah. How'd you end up out here, Torie?
Oh my gosh. So I came out to the West Coast 8 years ago. And after grad school, I'll just give the quick synopsis of it. For grad school, sorry, not after. Wanted to figure out what my next move was after undergrad. Wanted to go to grad school out here. Met Joe a year after I moved out here, and then a year later got pregnant with our first son, and the rest is history. Then kept having babies. And now I also have 3 boys, which is so crazy to me. Mm-hmm. Every time I say it, I'm like, we both have 3 boys. I'm sorry, what?
Oh my gosh.
Never in a million years would I have told you that I would have 3 sons. I would be like, no, I'm probably going to be a girl mom. For sure going to be a girl mom. But no, I love it. I love my boys. I literally can't even fathom it any other way, obviously. Everybody says that, but truly, I love my boys. They're so fun. They are 5.5, 3.5, and 18 months. And it's chaos all day long, but it's fun mostly. And what else? Yeah, that's and like you said, stay at home. I help Joe out with some business stuff once a week. And the rest of the time I'm mama, stay at home, take care of everybody and everything at our house. So that's where we're at, or where I'm at right now with a career. My career is momming.
I love that. And it's more than one career. I feel like that's multiple careers.
No,
and
so true.
Obviously, I think everyone says it's like the most underrated. Like no one gives it the credit it deserves. And especially when you're in the thick of it, we're both feeling that for sure. And have a different respect for all the mothers that we've had in our lives that we probably didn't give the credit to at the time.
Oh my gosh. I think about my mom all the time because she was a stay-at-home mom, but she also helped my dad with his business. And I'm just like, Mom, I wish, I'm going to just praise you now because I wish I did then. And I love you. That's it.
I know. And they did a pretty great job raising us, really. Both of our moms
I
did.
mean,
right? I know. Could it get any better? Oh, just kidding. Kind of.
Yeah. So I think basically if you didn't see our Instagram, or this is like the very first time running into our podcast, then this is sort of the reason for the podcast, is to build a quote unquote virtual village, where mamas can come and listen and connect and feel seen and heard and understood in their motherhood journey. Bailey and I just really feel strongly that it takes a village, and we don't exactly have the perfect village where we're at right now, but it doesn't mean we don't believe in it, and it doesn't mean that we don't want it, and it doesn't mean that we can't try to create it. So that's what we're doing.
Totally.
So we're here to share stories and be real with you guys, and we're not parenting experts. We're not really probably going to offer you guys any parenting advice unless we do an advice segment and you ask for it. It's just straight up let's talk about momming littles and the hard stuff, but the fun stuff too.
Totally. And learning together. We plan on having guests on and learning from each other. Torie and I learn so much from each other every day, I feel like, just because there's different perspectives, right? And being open to that and how to deal with different things. So we plan to have a ton of guests on and really get into the raw emotions. For me personally, I know I was pretty nervous. I'm a fairly private person. But we're just here and we're going to be vulnerable because I think there's things that need to be said in the mom world that not enough moms talk about, postpartum and just the nitty gritty things, as well as the joys and having people that understand. I think Torie and I both kind of grieve the fact that we might be on our last baby. We don't know if it's our last moments, and figuring out how to find the joy and oh my God, it's our first step, but it's our last first step. It's so difficult to deal with those emotions and the roller coaster we go through every day. And I think just so many moms need someone to relate to, and we need someone to relate to. And we just can't wait to share this experience with you guys.
Definitely. It's super exciting for us. It's a little passion project. We love our babies, but it feels just the right thing to do right now, is to go for it and share with you all. And like Bailey said, I feel like I'm pretty private as well, but we're going to put it all out there. And even if we connect with just one mom, I think that as cliche as it sounds, that's literally our whole goal and our whole aim. And that will make us feel so great. And I think now is a good time to sort of delve into where we're at currently in our motherhood journey. And maybe just share a little snippet of what we're loving at this phase, what some of our struggles are. And I know for me, I have some sort of things that I'm actively working on during this phase of motherhood. So maybe we should start there. Do you want to go?
Totally.
Ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to start off by saying I, again, never thought that I would grow so much. And becoming a mother has been so reflective of the work I have to do inside of me. So I'm at a really interesting point in my life where I'm like, wow, I've had all of these traumas and experiences and things I've done in my life that were all like coping mechanisms to deal like, okay, I'm a workaholic. Like I'm going to go to school. I'm going to check these lists off and like trying to find ways to feel great. Right. And then I became a mother and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never felt this type of love in my life. Like to find love in your kids, but also I've never been so tried in my life. Like on a daily basis, you know, like trying my patience, trying my courage and my fears and my happiness, and really realizing that you get to choose the path you want in life and you get to choose to be happy every day. And I am struggling with the fact, like, I will wake up and be like, okay, today is the day. We are going to do all of the things and go on an adventure and I'm going to make breakfast. And like, I wake up with a great mindset. And then maybe one of the boys, maybe all three of the boys are like, nah, not in the books for us today, Mom. Like,
Oh my
we're not
gosh.
doing it. And we woke up on the wrong side of the bed and we don't want the cereal that we just asked you for or the homemade toast that you made yesterday. And even though I just wanted peanut butter on my apples, I'm going to throw them on the floor because I feel like it. And I'm like sitting there like, today was supposed to be a great day. So I am struggling with that in the sense that it's just releasing a lot of control, learning to let go of control and learning to slow down. I don't know whether it's being on the East Coast, raised on the East Coast, where I was like, go, 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 go. We have to hurry up. We need to get our day going. Like, get in the car, do this. I remember my mom always singing like, we're late, like everywhere we go. So I just had that innately in me. And now I just want to live like this soft, peaceful life. Part of me does, right? But then part of me is like ingrained to do the fast pace. But yeah, having toddlers and littles and babies totally slows me down, which I appreciate. But also I'm learning how to deal with that because that's not who I am innately.
Yeah. That's hard.
So yeah, it's an interesting part of motherhood. And then I think the other part is just learning. I'm also raising young adults. So I have, step parenting and, preteens. So we're dealing with preteen problems and preteen drama and trying to teach them to be self-sufficient while also finding time to like nurture them in the way I need to nurture the littles because they still need it too. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at overall. What about you? Where are you at in your mental space?
That's an interesting dynamic to hold space for both littles and preteens. Like, I obviously have no idea how that is, but I can only imagine that it's like your mind is just like zooming all the time. Yeah. Trying to figure out who needs what and just like turning things on and off for different people. So that's probably incredibly hard. I am definitely similar to you with the whole littles. I think my biggest struggles in mothering right now would be one, the lack of sleep is really caught up with me over the last 5 years, 6 years. But we're getting better with that with my littlest. And then, so that just sort of ties into like being able to be present and like feeling good mentally. When you don't sleep, it's hard. It's hard to just be upbeat and positive. So I'm really working on like, okay, even if I got 4 hours of sleep tonight, like it's okay. We're going to sleep again. Things will be okay. Reframing. So the sleep deprivation and just like trying to hold space for myself, but also be upbeat and happy for the majority of the time for my kids. I feel like I'm at kind of like a pivotal point right now where Otto is 18 months and we're getting more sleep, and I'm getting a little bit more sleep. So things are turning around. But other than that, I think, what else? Like,
I kind of want to touch on something you said really quick. I was like just typing it because I think it's so important. And that's a huge component, is holding space for yourself. Like not losing your identity and who you are to being a mother. And I know, like, I feel like everyone says that, like, don't lose yourself. And it's like, yeah, thanks. I haven't slept in 3 years and get to eat scraps, but don't lose yourself. Find time. So I think that it is, even if it's just like figuring out ways to take a moment and being like, okay, there's literally been times I'm like, okay, we're all going to the car and we're going to sit in the car and I'm going to drive around, because the kids can be, sounds crazy, but like locked in their car seats where they can't tear anything up for a few minutes just because I'm like literally about to lose it.
Yeah.
And like holding that space to allow, and this isn't to say like there's so many happy times, right? Like I absolutely love what I do, but holding that space. And I just love that you said that. And I think any mother or any woman listening really needs to hold space for yourself and like honor, even if it's 5 minutes, if that's all you can do is 5 minutes today, you need to hold space for yourself.
Yeah, I totally agree. I like took a moment after and I was just like, do I want to keep going on this but yeah, walking into the bathroom by yourself, even though I'm usually followed, but like sneaking off into the bathroom by yourself to breathe. But okay, yeah. So those are the things, the sleep and the just, being gentle and kind to myself. And then another thing that has just come up with me is the constant fighting amongst, not constant, but that's like a little harsh, but my 2 older ones are a handsy with each other. So navigating that and trying to respond. I think it's not even the hitting because they're learning. It's my reaction to the hitting that I'm like, okay, we need to work on this. Like every day I'm actively working on my responses to them, whether it's hitting or them yelling or them throwing something, whatever. That's a huge area in which I'm working on. And what I think you touched on before when you were like, it's such a reflection. They're tiny mirrors. So however I'm responding to them, they're going to respond that way to things. So seeing them respond to things and then being able to take a step back and be like, okay, well, why are they really responding to those things? So those are some of the big ones. There's plenty of more things that I'm struggling with. But right here, right now, those are the 2 things that sort of have come up for me and are sort of the big ones that I'm dealing with right now. And then, like you said, there's so many happy times and amazing times. So what are some of your like favorite parts of the stage of motherhood with littles?
Okay. So I know a lot of people will struggle with the newborn phase. I'm like a newborn fanatic. If I could just have like a million newborns, I would. I just love like the cuddles and like I just get like cuteness aggression so bad and I just want to like squeeze my babies.
Wait, cuteness aggression. We're going to coin that term. Cuteness aggression.
I like love
is a thing. Oh my gosh, no, totally. I would literally like the smell of newborns. 0 to 6 months is just like pure bliss for me. Like I don't even care. Because the not sleeping part is just like, it's like, it doesn't matter because they're just so tiny and squishy and like, and then
I know.
And then after the first initial 6 months, it's the not sleeping part's really hard, but I'm totally there with you.
Totally. So I love that. I just love I'm like a super big, I love learning. If I could get paid to learn the rest of my life, I totally would. Like I would stay in school for forever. So I think, especially with my oldest of the three littles, he is just so into like science experiments and like he always wants to like learn things and like let's go outside and go figure out this. And I love that. I like eat it up. I'm like, yes. I struggle sometimes because I'm like, okay, I need to do dishes and do laundry. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Like, yes, let's make oobleck. Let's tear up the house. Let's go play in the mud. Like, I really do love those things. And I find myself struggling because I wish I could just pay someone to do everything else. Like, okay, get me a house cleaner, get me someone to cook dinner, do all that so I can just be so present. I just want to be, and like grow up with them. It's so fun and I love it. And I get super emotional because like I know there's going to be a day where they like grow up and leave us. But also I think you and I both are always like, we aren't going to be crazy in-laws. We're going to like raise our boys to be so great and respectful and like capable men one day.
Yes. We're going to be the best
mother-in-laws. What about you? Yeah, we really are. I'm taking whatever interviews. What is it? Applications.
I know, right? Yeah, totally. You're welcome. Your daughters are welcome.
Yeah, totally.
My favorite part is currently Otto is 18 months and he is obsessed with Levi and Chase. He is obsessed with trying to play with them and sit on the floor with them and so interested in everything that they're doing and copies them. Like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. And the constant questions I get from my 5 and 3-year-old are also amazing. Blow my mind on the daily. I'm like, I don't even think I think that hard about things. Like the questions they come up with are amazing. And one of my favorite parts of mothering my 5.5-year-old right now is being able to like go and do things with them. Like they're so capable. We just went downhill skiing with just my oldest, my husband and I, and it was so epic. I'm not very good at skiing. I'm so like just pizzaing down the whole entire mountain. But I'm like skiing alongside my 5-year-old down this giant mountain who is like in awe of everything. And it really, there was like a shift there when we went and did that with him. It was so awesome. I don't even know how to describe it. It's such an exciting phase.
Yeah.
I also am just obsessed with like the 3-year-old and 18-month-old, just like how like obsessed they are with me still. That's my favorite.
Oh, I know. Me too.
I'm just a sucker for like them coming up and running up to me and like giving me kisses and hugs and telling me how much they love me. I melt every single time and I'm like, all is right with the world. Like I'm doing something right.
Oh my gosh.
I just and I just like the little stage, the little moments. I want to freeze time right now because it's such a sweet spot, I think. For all of them and their bond flourishing. And then also me, they just love me so much still. And I know they're always going to love me, but it's just like a different kind.
I know, like the little sparkle in their eye when they look at you. Like,
when they crawl up on your lap still and they're like, rub my back, or I just want to sit on your lap. And I'm okay, come here. We got all day. Like, so yeah, those are some of my favorite moments of motherhood right now. And I really try to just be so present in those moments because they do help with all of the hard times that we have.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
They're just such a good reminder.
I know. Because it is like when you're in the thick of it, it's like, it feels like life ending almost. Like I can't even figure out, I don't know if I'm going to survive through the rest of this day with how it's going. And then they're like, come up and give you a hug and you're like, oh my God, why was I even thinking like that? I'm so sorry. I love you.
Yeah.
Like, and like I can do this and you guys can do it and we're all going to get through it. Like us millennial mothers, we literally can do it and we are going to like learn to thrive on the way because it is such a great, like becoming a mother is the most magical thing you can do. If you really sit down and think about it, it is insane.
I would have 10 babies just for that. When
Oh my
I
God.
have those moments of like,
I know.
what else is there in life? And I know that's like maybe you're feeling like, okay, there's a lot of other stuff to life, Tori. But
Yeah.
for me personally, I'm just in awe of like how life is created and how we can push babies out of our bodies and they can become these amazing little humans. That is just mind boggling to me. So, and okay, one last thing about what I love about this age, how easily they forgive.
Oh, I know.
Because how hard are we on ourselves? I am so hard on myself when I think I did something wrong, like reacted wrong or didn't handle a situation appropriately. I'm not even kidding. Like 30 seconds later, it's like nothing ever happened to them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if only everybody could have that in their hearts forever, because I know I don't forgive in 30 seconds. Ask Joe.
Yeah.
Like, it takes me days sometimes. And I'm like over here, like, oh my gosh, I probably ruined their whole life, their whole day.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh,
like
I know.
mess
They're
them
gonna
up.
carry this with them for the next 20 years.
Yeah. And 30 seconds later, they're like, Mama, can I have an apple? I love you. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Oh my gosh.
I had to touch on that because it's truly amazing.
It is. It's so amazing. And I love that. I think also one of the big things Tori and I want to do either at the beginning or end of our podcast is we want to do a gratitude segment. Both of us are really big on kind of reframing our thought process, and doing a daily gratitude can change like your whole outlook of the day and your future. So do you have something you're grateful for in this moment?
Yes, I do. I'm grateful for the Weather Channel because it told me that it's supposed to be 80 degrees and sunny this weekend.
I'm crying.
And without that knowledge, I might not survive another day in the Pacific Northwest. So thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, weather
The
gods.
winter's here. The winter's here. Both of us, like, that's another thing, getting out of the house with littles in the Pacific Northwest, that will try you.
The amount of stuff that you need. God. My whole back of my car is chocked full of coats and snowsuits and rain suits and boots and umbrellas and blankets and tarps.
Yeah.
Is a shit show, a true shit show.
Oh my gosh.
So what about you? What
that. Yeah. I'm also grateful for that.
No, but like really, have you seen what the weather's going to be like? Because my sisters are probably going to kill me.
And it's Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah. My sisters are going to kill me for mentioning the weather. It's like an ongoing joke in my family because when my dad calls, all he asks about is the weather.
That must be the age.
And I just did my whole gratitude segment on the weather. So this one was for my sisters, but also sunshine.
Oh, shout out. Ooh, what am I grateful for? I don't know if I can really top that one. I'm definitely grateful for that too. I really think I'm grateful to have the support and like mental state from like friends and family to be working on this passion project, because there's really times where I don't feel like I have time for anything else. And then I think like, oh my God, dude, I used to work like 3 jobs, go to school full time, like do all this. Like you can do it. Take that time for yourself. I mean, Tori and I are taking like nights and weekends and, you know, a decent amount of time away from our family, which they're probably not used to accomplish this. And I am just really thankful that I have you and we have this avenue and this platform that we're creating to kind of share motherhood with everyone.
I love that.
Yeah, there's just so much to talk about and I can't wait. And it's so healing. That's the biggest thing as well. It's so healing for my soul. And I know Tori has touched on this too. It just feels good and it feels right. And we're going to do it until it doesn't. And we hope that it helps others.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That was so sweet. I'm so grateful for you and this.
Yeah, I love you.
And I love you too. And just going for it. So yeah, we're not perfect. We might have technical difficulties here and there because we're really not tech girlies, but we're trying. And
I used to think I was a tech girly. Like if you would have asked me a month ago, I would have been like, yeah, I'm pretty good at tech. And now
never.
I've been
No.
humbled.
So humbled.
I've been humbled.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening and being here with us and supporting us.
Yeah.
And we're so excited.
We're so pumped. We're releasing this week intentionally for Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to everyone. We're so excited for all of you to come along with us. So tune into the next episode.
Yeah. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.